sure to have joined me on another Saturday for another amazing episode. This episode may turn out to be very, very long, so I'm going to just get straight into my musings because I don't want to take a lot of time on this. So, today's topic is going to be Rihanna versus TYLA. So, for those who have been online last month after the Met Gala, you know what happened. TYLA has always wanted to meet Rihanna, like she sees Rihanna as one of her role models, and according to her, they met a while back and she said hi. Rihanna said hi, but they didn't get to talk because she was in a hurry and she had to leave. So this time at the Met Gala, they were seen photographed. TYLA was at the back, Rihanna was at the front, and she was talking, I think, to one of her security guards or somebody. There was a man in a suit next to her. And she was facing away from TYLA, who was at the back, and she was just there standing, like a demure lady and stuff. And I didn't find anything wrong with that. I did not look at that photo and be like, oh, Rihanna is ignoring TYLA. But for South Africans and other fans of TYLA, they started coming out and saying, oh, Rihanna ignored TYLA, even though she knew that TYLA was behind her and stuff. Now, as an African child, we have been taught, if you see an elder, you are the one who approaches the elder and goes like, hello, hello, auntie, hello, mama, hello, shosho. You are the one who says hi. The fact that TYLA did not approach Rihanna shows that she did not want to disturb her. And according to TYLA, she saw her and she thought because the last time Rihanna was busy, this time she did not want to approach her because she might have been busy. And that's what TYLA said. Unless she has said something else since then, that is what I remember her talking about this entire issue. Because the Met Gala happened, people were judging the clothes because they were not what they thought they were going to be. And then on my Instagram feed, there it is. People dissing Rihanna. And this is so stupid of people. And most of them were men taking photos of her face at a weird angle, saying how she's fat and how she's now ugly. These South African people, and I'm saying South African because most of them I truly believe are South Africans, saying that Rihanna is jealous of TYLA because, TYLA is young. And people, especially women, they were there writing, oh, yeah, Rihanna is jealous of TYLA. And whenever somebody will say, like, what do you mean that Rihanna is jealous of TYLA? Like, what does TYLA have that Rihanna will be jealous of? They're like, oh, her youth. Don't you think that she's jealous of her being young and now Rihanna is old and, no longer in demand and stuff like that? I'm like, you kids are so stupid. And I'm sure the people who are arguing like this are young people, not people who have experienced life, not people who have experienced Rihanna the way we did in our youth. Like, these people are just stupid. Because honestly, apart from that, her age, what does TYLA have going on for her that will have Rihanna jealous? And this thing of bidding like celebrities against each other, especially women, it's just stupid. Rihanna is 38 years old. This woman has made her name. You see, those people would like to say, I'm a self-made. She's a self-made billionaire at 38. You do not know if TYLA is going to even reach that 38 years old. And you're already comparing her to Rihanna. Well, Riri was Riri during her prime while she was 24. Do you know how many things she had achieved by 24? That TYLA is still working towards. And by the way, don't get me wrong, I'm not against TYLA. I'm just telling the people who are trying to pit these two women against each other to stop being stupid. So I'm not against TYLA. I'm not pro Rihanna and against TYLA. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm not. I'm pro both women. And just because of that nonsense, I just want to tell you a couple of things that Rihanna had achieved by the age of 24. Because if you have to compare these two women, let's be honest, compare them both at 24. Compare what Rihanna had achieved by 24 and what TYLA has achieved. Body-wise, they were the same. Both tiny, both could wind their waist, both could, twerk and do everything that TYLA is doing. Rihanna, I'm sure even now she can still do it. It's just that she's no longer producing music and stuff like that. She's chosen to be a mom and to be a billionaire businesswoman, creating other things. Maybe she'll come back and give us a banger album at some point. But best believe it will top charts. It will sell more than TYLA has in her career because people have been waiting for Rihanna to come back. So you can still compare them. It's the same nonsense people are comparing Sauti Soul and Ethics, because they had this one song that had 1 million views in under 24 hours. And they're like, Ethics is bigger than Sauti Soul. I'm like, stop being stupid, man. Stop being silly. One song that's done that well, fine. Do you know what? It does not mean that it has 1 million different people watching it. It means that 5,000 or 10,000 people, 100,000 people have watched that song so many times that it has garnered like 1 million views in that short amount of time, because people are replaying this song, replaying it. But if you were to ask me to choose between the two, that one I would choose Sauti Soul, because they sing sense. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And then where are the others? The other group, where is Ethics right now? So you cannot be comparing people because they have come out now and they have achieved something now, and you think that the people who have been there in the industry for all that time are doing nothing, or they are worth nothing because to you, you feel that they're everything. TYLA is the it girl right now, but let's be honest, she's the it girl mostly for South Africa. And yeah, people are singing her songs all over the world. People are buying her albums all over the world. Yes. But do you know where she's mostly big? In South Africa. Because she is South African. I'm a Kenyan. I do not listen to her music. Not because I hate her, but because I've never just thought like, oh, let me listen to her music. And she's a great musician. I've seen her videos dancing during her concerts and stuff. She's an amazing entertainer. I'll give her that. But the same way, I'm not a fan of, I don't know, Adekunle Gold from Nigeria, or I don't know who else to use. Not because they are bad, but because I'm just not a fan of their music. It does not make them less than. It does not mean that I hate them. I'm sure if I listen to TYLA's songs, I would love them. Because I didn't love Water so much because I hate music that repeats itself so much. And that chorus, it kept repeating and repeating and repeating. It was all over the place. It just made me not want to listen to it anymore. The same way I love Mbosso, but when he released Power last year, I've never played that music in my house because I had neighbors who played it and replayed it and replayed it. I know the lyrics to Power without ever having played that song in my house. So it just got to a point I never wanted to hear it again. I don't want to hear it again. Does not mean that I do not like Mbosso. Does not mean that Mbosso is not a good musician. It just means that I personally do not like that song because of how many times it was replayed up to a point that I hated it. Like not hate, but yeah, I think you understand what I mean. It's the same way like with Water. And I know it was popular. People loved it. People danced to it. Fine. Am I jealous because I cannot dance like she can? No. But yeah, I cannot dance. I just don't think about it. It's not my thing. Like nowadays, because of TikTok, everything you have to shake your waist and whine and twerk in front of the camera to post it so that people can upload you. Fine. But that's not my thing. And because of that, I cannot be upset or jealous of it. Same thing, like Rihanna is thinking about different things right now. To try and compare her with TYLA, who's a 24-year-old, who is still at the prime of her career, like, it's just stupid. And I'll call it stupid as many times as I want because it is indeed stupid. So, how about we compare them? Rihanna at 24 and TYLA at 24. This information that I'm going to be giving you is all on Google because that's where I was getting the information from. I just typed, what achievements did Rihanna have by the time she was 24? And this is what Google told me. At 24, she had 6 albums, like the 6th album. And that is between 2012 and 2013. Yeah. She had marked her peak as a pop hit maker. She had become one of the highest paid entertainers. She had made a film debut, that was in 2012, and a blockbuster film at that. Announced a capsule collection for Giorgio Armani and launched a fragrance successfully, by the way. Became a staple at the Met Gala and high fashion events. And she was a trendsetter at the time. She had high energy and work ethic. Everybody was praising her for that. She had frequent tours and released music annually. And I get that because she had started at the age of 15. and she had been signed to Def Jam after meeting Jay-Z, blah, blah, blah. People who know her know all of that. These are all the achievements she had achieved by 24. She was on her 6th album at 24. TYLA, on the other hand, at 24, again, all of this information is on Google, most awarded and streamed African artist in history. One debut album. She's the youngest African artist to win a Grammy, that is in 2024. First female South African artist to win multiple Grammys, 2 Grammys, BET Awards, 2 of them, MTV Europe Music Awards, 3 of them, MTV Video Music Awards, top 10 hits on the Billboard charts, 20 major awards in 2024, most awarded African artist, first South African soloist to enter the US Billboard Hot 100 in 55 years with the song Water, a debut album which was a success, billions of streams across platforms, and over 1.5 billion streams on just Spotify within 1 year. So yeah, that is Rihanna and TYLA both at 24. And TYLA's just beginning. She started that 24, right? With Water, I think. Or was it 2023? And then 2024 is when she earned all the, I don't know, awards. But whatever, 2023, 2024, she's still starting. She started in her 20s. Or was it 19? I don't know. I think I saw something about 19. But anyway, it does not matter. The thing is, at 24, that's what she has achieved. And she's still far from achieving what Rihanna had achieved at 24. And yeah, she started early, that's Rihanna, but still, you cannot compare them. And to compare TYLA now with Rihanna who's 38, you have to compare everything. So why don't we see what Rihanna's achieved by 38? She has achieved billionaire status. She's an entrepreneur with 1.4 billion. She's a self-made business woman, like self-made entrepreneur with one of the most successful beauty brands, that is Fenty from 2017. She has another brand that is Savage X Fenty. That's a lingerie line. First black woman to lead a luxury brand for LVMH, Fenty. Achieved 14 number one singles on Billboard Hot 100. 8 Diamond Digital certified singles, highest certified female, by the way, won 9 Grammys, 13 American Music Awards, and 12 Billboard Music Awards. She performed the Super Bowl while pregnant, by the way, and she got an Oscar Academy Award nomination from that song Lift Me Up from Black Panther 2. And she's a philanthropist and a national hero of Barbados. Like, and these are 38, and she's a mom, let's not forget. Or visit 2 or 3 right now, I don't know. But that is what she has achieved by 38. The child that you're trying to compare Rihanna with, you're not even sure if she's going to see her 30th birthday, my friends. Like, you're not even sure if she's going to get to 30. And you are here insulting this other woman, taking photos of her from a weird angle, saying how fat she looks and how she can never be. Oh, Rihanna would wish to be like, she cannot. She's already lived that part of her life. She was already young at 24. She already did those things that this girl is getting to do right now, Taylor is getting to do right now. She's already enjoyed her firsts. Like her first Grammy, her first nomination, her first, I don't know what, 100 Billboard, blah, blah, blah. All her first, she achieved them back. Like she achieved them before she was 24. And yeah, this other one, TYLA, is achieving them in her 20s. And I'm so happy for her. But people stop pitting celebrities against each other, especially women. And it's so sad to see women being the ones who are insulting Rihanna in this. I've never understood why women think that because they're thin and skinny in their 20s, they can never be big. Rihanna had children. You think all that weight is just going to disappear just like that? She's working on herself. She'll go back to the body that she had. But again, it won't be like exactly like that because now she's a mom. This is a woman who has carried life in her. And I'm waiting for the time that TYLA will give birth, and then we'll see what you people will say. Because the same people who are praising her right now, because of how she looks and how skinny and how, all young and beautiful she looks, are the same people 100% that are going to come for her if she ever decides to become a mom and gives birth and adds even just a little weight. I saw people even going after Beyonce with some ageism crap. She is older. And aging is a blessing from God. That's why I'm saying you are insulting Rihanna for her age, and you're not even sure that TYLA is going to get to that age. God forbid that something happens to her, and I hope that she gets to that age so that you can see women, people, human beings are allowed to grow older, are allowed to change. You cannot look skinny forever. They started insulting her even before the Met Gala, that is Rihanna, saying, oh, how she has changed. Oh, look at the way she is. Look, she has let herself go. What do you mean she has let herself go? She's a mom with toddlers. What do you think she's supposed to look like? Men, stupid men expect women to give birth and just go back to being snatched like pap immediately, so that they can continue living out their fantasy of, oh, do you remember how Rihanna used to look? And they were putting photos of her when she was in her 20s, in her teens, with the photos of her in her 30s after being a mom. That is such a stupid thing to do. And I say it again, I'm repeating. I'll use this word stupid on this episode, Pakam Shanghai. Because honestly, it outraged me. These people, I do not know them. They're celebrities. I have nothing to do with them. It's okay. But as a woman, it pains me to see people go online, go out of their way and try and insinuate that there's something wrong between these two women. They themselves are not come up and said anything about it. Rihanna posts like the behind the scenes of her gala look, how she was getting ready, blah, blah, blah. And she plays a song by somebody, Arya Star, I think. And oh my God, the internet, oh, she's shading her, she's talking. And people go like, it's just a song. And others go like, oh, it's Rihanna wa kitambo. You do not remember Riri from back in the day. As if she's not allowed to grow and mature from those days where she used to shade people. Now as a mom, you think that she's still fighting with a 24-year-old because people online want her to. Like, you understand that is crazy, right? That you in your house, you are like, let me start a war between Rihanna and TYLA. And then some people who are as bored as you, they pick up the mantle and continue that nonsense. And Rihanna is just supposed to see that and come and start insulting TYLA. Or TYLA is supposed to see that and start insulting Rihanna. Do you know the industry that both these women are in? Especially TYLA. Do you know what will happen to her if she started being all messy? Do you know what will happen to her? Like, sometimes people don't think. We make these celebrities and we can break them too. But they can choose to lead their own path and be like, I'm not going to carry that stupidity that you want me to be in. I'm just not going to do it. And I hope that TYLA continues being the way she was, because she just played it cool. And Rihanna, I hope that she will not even mention it. And actually, I was going to say at some point when Rihanna comes back, she could even do a song with TYLA. But I think people will be like, oh, she did that so that she can get the publicity that, TYLA can provide, which is crazy. We all know the stories behind Spotify hits and the way their music goes into circulation on Spotify and on Apple Music and stuff like that. We all know money moves in the background, not just for TYLA, for all of these other top artists, by the way. All of them. Something happens behind there. And if you're signed by a good company, then things will work out for you. And the problem with these people holding you in their hand, holding your future in their hand, is that they can destroy you if they wanted to. So yeah, let her live. Let her live her dream right now. Let her make hits. Let her continue enjoying. She's still young. She's 24. Let her continue being happy about what she's doing. Let her enjoy before you people finally decide to destroy her, because that might happen. And what if she decides to make enough money and also takes a break from the entertainment industry to settle, to do business and stuff? Will you talk about her the same way you're talking about Rihanna? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And we'll see the same people who are praising her and insulting Rihanna on her behalf. We'll see what they're going to say about her. Because these fans, some of them, the fandoms nowadays are just crazy. You do not have to insult other people to love me. You loving me while hating other people and making me be in fights with other people, that's not love. That's not love. And I'm sure these people that you're following, if they were there and they saw how you're insulting this other person, I don't think they would agree with you. I don't think TYLA will agree with all the hate that you're giving towards Rihanna, unless Rihanna outwardly, like publicly said something negative about TYLA, which I doubt that she has. And I doubt that she ever will. Unless TYLA attacks her first. So stop with the nonsense. Stop with the craziness. Just live your lives. These celebrities owe you nothing. The same way you owe them nothing. And you do not have to fight for them in any shape or form. Because at the end of the day, they will not thank you for it. They will not invite you to live in their mansions with them. They will not share part of their millions with them. Because I saw that now TYLA is, her net worth is 15 million USD. You think she's going to share it with you? You think she's going to ask you to come and live in her mansion with her so that you can continue insulting Rihanna? You think she's going to respect you after she realizes that you personally are the one who's insulting Rihanna on her behalf, using her name? Stop the nonsense, please, I beg. Stop the nonsense. Grow up. Grow up. As I said, where Rihanna was at 24, where TYLA is at 24, very different. And yeah, TYLA started a little bit later. Let's give her a couple of more years. She's going to grow into herself. She's going to accomplish a lot of bigger things. Of course she's going to. But let her get there by herself. Let her get there without you using your voice to insult another woman because you think she's jealous of a younger woman's youth. Aging is the thing that everybody wants. When somebody dies at 20, we go like, oh, they died young. If they die at 30, we say they died young, even at 50. So why would you think that Rihanna will be jealous of TYLA because she's 38 and TYLA is 24? Everybody's aspiring to get to that 38, to that 40, to that 50, to that 60, 70, and so on. And you want somebody who's now older to be jealous of a younger person because of what? People are so daft, yo. I was reading those arguments online. I was just like, these people are stupid. I wish there was a dislike button for every comment. I could just dislike, and an emoji that just said you are stupid. I could just put that emoji in all of those comments and be like, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid. And for them, and I'll be like, mind your own fucking business. And stop admiring children because you are looking at younger women and thinking that they're supposed to remain like that with your pot belly for doing nothing. You didn't get pregnant, you didn't do anything. Like a woman gets bigger because she got pregnant, she had a baby inside of her, and she gave birth, she gave life. And you, because of your drinking and eating nonsense, you just develop a pot belly and you think that you are worthy to sit in your stupid house and talk stupid things about a woman who has achieved so much more that you could ever imagine or dream of. Grow the F up. Seriously, just grow the F up. Yeah, that is just my music. That's my little rant on this TYLA and Rihanna topic. Again, I'm not against any of these women. I'm pro both of them. Because Rihanna is a superstar in her own right. TYLA, baby, you're a superstar in your own right. And that is a blessing from God. May they both achieve whatever they have set their minds on. May they dream bigger. May they achieve bigger. May they grow and grow and grow. Let me just leave it at that, okay? Yeah, I don't want to go beyond 30 minutes, so I'm going to leave it at that. That's my little rant. I'll leave it at that. So, remember that I'm still baking and I'm still cooking. If you want, hit me up on my DMs on Mimi's Mrs. Podcast and I'll do it for you. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, Mimi's Mrs. Podcast. And come back here. Remember to comment on this. Tell me what you think about this topic. Tell me if you agree with me or if you do not. I'll take the criticism. I do not mind. If you think that, whatever you think, it's okay. Tell me in the comment section. Discuss it down there. And let's see what you think, right? And yeah, if I tell you F off, just understand that, yeah, I mean it. Honestly, I do. And I won't care about it. So, but yeah, tell me what you think about this topic in the comment section down below. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I upload something new, you're going to be amongst the first people to come and watch. Okay? Bye-bye now.